Hi there, I'm Sherry Truhlar with Red Apple Auctions. Thank you for joining me on today's video where we're going to be talking about how you can market items that have been donated by famous people. Now, famous can be famous as in Hollywood famous, or it could be famous within your own community. It just sort of depends. But I was inspired to do this video because I had someone contact me via the hotline, and they wanted to know what could be done about a donation that had been made by a notorious individual. I would say more than just fame, it's more of a notorious individual. You wouldn't know the name off the bat, but if I were to tell you the story, you'd be like, oh yeah, I totally remember them. That sort of a donation. So in that case, she was nervous about putting this couple's name online because she didn't want people to know that this was being donated by the couple for fear that people might bid on it or to rob his house or cause harm in other ways. And so what do I do? She said, what do I do? Well, I've encountered this a little bit before in a slightly different variation with regards to school auctions, because sometimes a family will have a second or third home. They're happy to donate that to the school auction, but if the school auction is thinking of putting that into an online auction, the family doesn't want to donate it because they want to make sure that they know who's going to stay in the home. And although they might be fine if it's another school family who stays in the home, they aren't comfortable putting it into an online auction where anybody could bid on it and someone that they don't know is going to stay in their family home. So in those cases, very often, those items are reserved for a silent or live auction, or the online auction is only reserved for those people who are part of the tight-knit community and not exposed to a wider audience. So in a similar fashion in this case, because this is a nonprofit auction, I had given her two tips that I suggested that she use. First, she does want to create an online catalog. She wants to be able to promote her items, put them on the website, maybe Facebook, that sort of thing. So I said, just be vague. Don't mention his name. Just say, an esteemed member of our community is going to showcase his fabulous home with a 5-course meal, paired wines, just to make it sound really special, but don't mention the mystery host's name. In fact, you could even say that. Our mystery host for the evening will blah, blah, blah. His name will be revealed at the gala. You could do something like that. Then the second part of this is at the gala itself. If you're putting this into a live auction, obviously the auctioneer can announce it, the name of the person. If not, if this is a silent auction item, we found it really useful if you take those like fluorescent yellow, or green, orange stickers and put on that sticker something like updated since the online catalog, or notice the change, or look who's hosting. Put something in that sticker that gets people to pay attention. And if you stick that sticker on the bid sheet and on the display, that is enough to get people to pay attention, and you'll see that they'll pick up who this famous person is and start to see what was different about this versus what you had promoted in the online version. So there you have it. First, be vague if you're going to do it online at all. And then secondly, on site, just make sure that that display has something that pops that gets people to pay attention to who is actually hosting this, because that does add value to the item. So you do want people to know at that point. And she was comfortable with the people attending being able to know who it was and bid on it. She was just leery about doing it to a wider audience. For other additional tips, you can head over to redappleauctions.com. I do have a free gift for you that teaches you about procurement. And in that case, it's the top 100 items I sold for overvalue the previous year. It's a hot item to take to your committee meetings because it always inspires ideas. People will look at that and say, oh, we could do something like that here. And you already know it will sell well because it sold well at so many different events that I worked around the country. So that's at redappleauctions.com. As always, good luck to you in your benefit auction.